My daughter never slept before midnight. What I found hidden in her planner made me realize whose life she was really living. I used to brag about Maya, straight A student, debate captain, AP classes, violin, all the shiny things other parents whispered about at school functions. She was the kid teachers used as proof that teenage girls could still be disciplined. Grace was different. 14, soft-voiced, homeschooled through a virtual academy. Because of a chronic illness the doctors still argued about. Fatigue, nausea, migraines like knives behind her eyes. But she smiled through it. Always. People called Maya the golden child, but never to her face. Always within earshot. And people called Grace delicate, like she was a decoration. Their father had his own labels, winners and excuses. He never said Grace's name when he talked about college, but he loved saying Maya's. When the school district switched to remote options a year ago, Maya thrived. She stayed up late under her little lamp, typing fast, color-coding calendars, quizzing herself out loud. I'd walk past her door and see the light leaking through, and I'd smile. Don't burn yourself out, I'd whisper. She'd always say the same thing. I'm fine. Mom, I'm just catching up. I believed her. I shouldn't have. Grace insisted she was managing school okay. Her teachers sent glowing emails about participation and achievement. The online system showed she never missed an assignment. Her grades were perfect, but she was getting smaller. Not thinner exactly. Smaller in the way light dims when a bulb flickers. Her headaches got worse. Her fatigue grew. Sometimes I'd find unopened pill bottles in her trash. She swore she was taking them. Her father said she just needed discipline. Look at Maya, he'd say. Same house, same expectations. Grace would nod. That was the worst part. She always nodded. One Wednesday afternoon, I was folding laundry and carrying it to their rooms when I realized Grace hadn't come out all day. I knocked. No answer. I opened the door. She was collapsed on the floor between her bed and desk. Eyes half open like she'd been trying to stand up. I screamed. The ambulance, the chaos, the flashing lights, all of it blurred. In the ER, a doctor asked about her medications, her appointments, her cognitive tests, her symptom logs. She's been attending virtual school full-time, I said. She's been pushing herself. The doctor blinked. She hasn't been cognitively capable of full-time coursework in months. Felt stupid for saying anything at all. When they let us into the ICU, Grace looked 12 again. Tubes, wires, monitors. My husband paced like a man expecting bad news. Maya sat in a rigid chair, staring at her shoes. What happened? I whispered. Nobody answered. 2 hours later, a doctor finally did. Grace's condition had progressed dangerously. The kind of decline that happens when symptoms are ignored and treatment adherence collapses. But her school reports? I started. Mrs. Chan, he interrupted gently. Grace isn't the one logging into school. She physically couldn't be. I felt something punch through my chest. I looked at Maya. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She just folded. I didn't want her to fail, she whispered. My husband frowned. What are you talking about? Maya finally looked up, eyes hollow. I've been doing her school, all of it, since October. I took over her login. Dad kept comparing us and I didn't want him to think she was weak. So I made her perfect. Her voice cracked on the last word. Perfect. The same word he always used. My husband sat heavily in a plastic chair. For once, he had nothing to say. Later, when we went home for clothes, Maya showed me her room. 2 laptops, 2 planners, color-coded schedules, sticky notes with symptoms she'd meant to fake for teachers, medication adherence forms she'd been signing online, password reminders, assignment lists, and in the corner, a trash bag full of pill bottles belonging to Grace, unopened. She stopped taking them months ago, Maya whispered. She said they made her stupid. She didn't want Dad to think she was stupid, so I kept everything going. I thought if I could make school look fine, she'd feel fine. I didn't realize. She put both hands over her face. I erased her. I made her disappear so Dad would love us. Grace is stable now. Not healed. Stable. Treatment will take months, maybe years. My husband doesn't say the word perfect anymore. He sits quietly in the hospital room reading to her, voice shaking. Maya visits every day. She doesn't bring straight A report cards. She brings headphones, coloring books, soft blankets, things that don't demand achievement. Yesterday, Grace whispered to her, "You don't have to be me. I'm already me." And Maya cried in a way I'd never seen. It turns out the cruelty in our house was never screaming or slurs or slammed doors. It was silence, comparison, prestige, the kind of love that keeps score, and the terrible belief that the only way to belong is to perform, even if it kills you.